All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Guys Talking God Talk with Ryan and EJ. Today's episode is it's a little dear to us. It's the importance of having a father figure in a man's life. So I'm gonna pose the question to the homie. Why do you think it's important to have a father or a father figure in a man's life? And can you say some, some things you experienced with your pops?
Yeah, that's an easy question. I know for me coming up, well, the importance of a father is very important because that kind of molds how you how you gonna be coming up, you know what I'm saying, from a child to when you get to an adult. So
Mhm.
with my dad, it was I appreciate everything that my dad did for me because it made me who I am today. But starting off, it wasn't all peaches and cream
Mhm.
because, by me being young, my dad was raising me and he was giving me tough love, but he was just teaching me and preparing me, for when I become an adult.
Mhm.
So I appreciated he taught me the importance of money.
Mhm.
You know, he the one thing that, well, it's a few things that he said that stick out to me a lot, but the one thing that he said that stick out to me is, in life all you have is your name and your reputation. But when I was young, I didn't understand what it meant.
Mhm.
So when he was saying that, when I get older, I'm like, okay, my dad was always saying, all you have is your name and your reputation. Those are the two things that nobody can take away from you.
Right.
So your name is your name, which can't nobody take that away from you. And how you how you are as a person is your reputation. And that's how people are gonna see you. So my dad, he brought me up on respect,
Mhm.
having accountability, saving money, or how to teaching me how to save
Right.
money,
Right. Right. So
and
when you say tough love, what kind of what some of the stuff that he would do to show you that tough love?
hold me accountable for everything. Like it was like, and when you coming up, when you young, it's things that you ain't gonna understand that your parents are gonna want for you to do.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't always have your way. It was my dad, he knew what was best for me when I
Right.
didn't know what was best for me. So whenever he would, you know, if I would do something and he would discipline me, when I mean by that, like my dad talked to me a lot.
Right.
He talked to me a lot. He lectured me a lot. So that's what I mean by discipline. So he lectured me about everything in life. And I never wanted to hear it.
Mhm.
Never wanted to hear it. But when he was lecturing me, he was always telling me, like, I made all the mistakes for you
Right.
so that you don't have to make the mistakes that I made. So everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm telling you, I've already done,
Mhm.
and I've made the mistakes. So I'm trying to keep you from making them. So if in school, if I'm acting up in school, or if I'm not doing my work, he's holding me accountable for it. It was no excuses, where it's hard. Well, apply yourself more. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to
Mhm.
start applying yourself more into school, and it won't be as hard. I
Right.
didn't want to hear that. I just didn't want to do the work.
Right.
But as he's, lecturing me about life, like, look, when you get old, there's gonna be things that you're gonna want to do. And if you can't get school right, then it's gonna be hard for you to survive in the world.
Mhm.
You don't want to do the work. So if you don't want to do the work in school, you're not gonna want to do the work, when you try to get jobs. Or you may not be able to apply for jobs because you don't have the school.
Right.
I don't know none of this stuff. I'm young. I'm just a kid, but he's imputing knowledge into
Right.
me,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, at a young age.
Right.
So all of my wisdom and my knowledge comes from my dad.
Right.
So now when I'm able to share that with everybody else, it comes from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of things that my dad taught me.
Right.
To not have an excuse, he held me accountable, saving money.
Mm-hmm.
And everything he told me and taught me, I have to use that in today.
Right.
So that's some of the things, just to sum some of it up of what he did for me.
Yeah. So with my pops, he did it a little different. Like me and my sister, we wasn't bad kids. So I mean, we really didn't have to be disciplined. We might have gotten in trouble a little bit, get grounded, some of the basic stuff kids do. But my pops taught me directly and indirectly about a lot of stuff that I carry into my everyday life. So my pops, like, without even me thinking about it, and I thought about this a lot, like I would be, before even high school, like I'll be in our backyard and he'll come off of a 12-hour shift and he'll see me back there shooting ball. He'll come back there too. You know what I'm saying? That I see that now, and that'll be like, that's him, he can be tired, woe out, but he still made time for his son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's some of the stuff that I can appreciate. He taught me how to be family oriented, because every family gathering we went to, and it made me want to go to every family gathering, because he was always excited to see his brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? To have that camaraderie with our cousins and stuff like that. So, that's why I'm very, very family oriented today, because that's what he instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? He let me and my sister make our own mistakes, because it'll be, it's a teaching thing. I'm not gonna get on you. I'm gonna let you mess up, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, so what happened? How you gonna learn from this? You know what I'm saying? Another thing, he my junior year, all through high school, he would always come to games he could come to. My senior year, he didn't miss a game. He didn't miss a game. He'll be coming off work, leaving work early. Senior year, didn't miss a game. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff I can appreciate, because I can never say my pops wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I needed advice, I can always call him up, like, hey, this is what I got going on. I've only seen my pops cry twice. Not saying that he's not really an emotional person, but I've only seen him cry twice, and that was at my grandparents' funeral. You know what I'm saying? And that stuck with me, because he showed that he's vulnerable. He's human, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always seen him, joking around and being tough when you have to. But those were the only 2 times I really seen him vulnerable. And I was like, okay, so he's showing me that it is okay to be vulnerable when you have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be from losing a family member, losing a friend, whatever the case may be, it's okay to be vulnerable at, some point in time. And a lot of men don't want to show that, you know what I'm saying? And he showed me that it's okay, you around family, it's okay to be that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He held us, he did hold us accountable. All right, hey, save up your money if you want to get this. If you need help, I got you, but it's gonna be out of your own money too. So I can appreciate that. When I was down, not growing up, but when I moved out and I was might be down to my last $10. I didn't want to ask, but I was like, hey, can I hold or something? Yeah, we got you, you know.
Right.
So he showed indirectly that, hey, I'm your pops. I'm gonna always have your back no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate that even to this day. I can call him up like, hey, this is what I got going on. What you think? You know what I'm saying? He'll give me some sound advice, you know what I'm saying? And he'll still answer. He could be coming off work, be on the couch sleep, he'll still answer. So I can appreciate that for him always being just a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I know my dad, he still give me advice to this day. And it was, and I know, and he always told me, you know, whenever you get older, you're gonna come back around and you're gonna be like, you know what, Dad, you told me that this was gonna happen. And I did, you know, it was, you know, because you know, when we young, we think we know more than what our parents know. We feel like our parents don't understand.
right.
Because I used to tell my dad that all the time. Like, you know, if something was going on in school, like if I wanted to go, you know, to a team party, or back then we used to go to the skating ring.
Yeah.
Or if I wanted to just stay by somebody's house, and when he would tell me no, I would get frustrated, get mad. And I was like, you know, well, dang, like, I just want to have fun. You know, he was like, well, you don't always have to have fun. And I'm like, well, you don't understand. He was like, well, you know, when you get older, you'll understand why I'm telling you no. And then like I never understood why, like never understood why. So when I get older, you know, it's like you start to look like, man, I want to go, you know, to these places, but I don't think it's, you know, in the best interest for me to go, because, you know, anything can happen at any given time, you know, when you know, let's just say going out, you know, going by your friends or whatever, like anything can happen. Like even with spending money, like he always told me, hey, when you get paid, pay yourself first before you pay anything or before you do anything. Whether you save $5 a paycheck, $20 a paycheck, save something. You know, you might, you know, anything might happen in an emergency. You know, you might have to go get a new tire.
Right.
Or you might just want to go buy you something, you know, treat yourself, like you got that money saved up. You know, so back then I used to get money and just spend it. But the thought of saving money was always in the back of my mind, because he always reminded me about saving money. Another thing, I was probably about 7, 8 years old, and I had some friends across the street. My dad, being my dad, look, you got all these video games and all of this stuff in here. Sometimes your friends ain't your friends. Like they'll, you know, they'll be your friends because of the things you have. And I'm like, man, how you gonna tell me who my friends are? You know, like these my friends. So it was like 3 people all together. It was one guy that was my age and 2 that was maybe 2 or 3 years older than me. So I had a little change box. I had probably about $50 in it. And me being young, I want to show it off. I'm like, y'all, I got money saved up. And they like, you don't have no money. So I go get my key to my little lock box, unlock it. And I'm showing them, and they just like, where you get all this money from? I'm like, you know, my dad. I'm young, I don't know no better. But my dad is telling me, your friends ain't, you know, the people you think are your friends, they not your friends. They just your friends because of the things you have. So we playing the video game. I'm playing the game. One of them going in my change box. You know, they don't take everything, but they take just enough for me not to really just notice it. So when I go, you know, and look in it, I'm noticing money gone. So I tell my dad, and he was like, see, I told you, everybody that you think is your friend is not your friend. After that, I couldn't have no company. You know what I'm saying? None. So he was just teaching me a lesson to be careful of the people you hang
Right.
around. You surround yourself with at a young age. So I always stuck with this mentality. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta watch the people that you're around, because everybody ain't your friend.
Yeah.
People gonna want to be, around you because of the things you have, so always be alert, watch your friends, save your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more than that, but I'm just,
Yeah.
we just
Right. Yeah.
just chopping it up right now.
I say my pops, he taught me how to respect people.
Right.
Not your typical yes sir, no sir. That's a Southern thing. So we all do that. But it was more like, when I say how to respect people, it was more like how to treat people, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Like my pops, he know a lot of people, so I look at how he interact with people. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people I could say that don't like my pops. It might be,
Right.
but I never know, because he never took me around those people. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I learned to. Some people might call me too friendly, or whatever the case may be, but that's how I learned how to talk to people, men and women. Like, I give people respect by being friendly. You know what I'm saying? If I get a good vibe from them, then hey, I know I can talk to this person. If I don't get that vibe, then hey, I'm gonna stay out their way. You know what I'm saying? Because I give respect right away. You don't have to respect me. I'm still gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'll never go around nobody that's automatically, hey, Ryan ain't this and that. Ryan ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I try to make it to where people never talk like that about me. You know what I'm saying? And he taught me, hey, don't be acting all crazy around people. You know what I'm saying? Whether you think they nice or not, you be yourself, but don't just be going all crazy, doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I never really did, and I don't now. I don't go out my way to make myself be known. I'll speak when spoken to. You know what I'm saying? I'll do, hey, how you doing? And that's just something I saw him do. Like, he just, like I say, it's another indirect way he taught me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the direct stuff, like, I never knew how to change a tire. He taught me how to do that. He taught me how to rotate tires. He taught me how to change oil. He taught me how to mow. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that, boys should know how to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know who taught me how to use the bathroom. I can't go that far back. But that's some of the stuff. He taught me how to shoot a basketball. You know what I'm saying? He taught me how to dribble with both my hands. That's another way of showing him, showing me that, I'm here for you. And it's still to this day, I can look back and be like, man, it's a lot of stuff that I can appreciate today. And I see in myself. Sometimes I even sound like my pops, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cough like he do. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I get up, I make them old man sounds. I sound just like him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'd be funny to me, because I'm like, dang, I sound just like him.
Just right. You done seen it.
Yeah.
So another thing, like with my dad, like, so we never got whippings in our house. Like, like, my dad was so, like, just the bass in his voice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mine too. Yeah.
He never had to go to that extent with us. And then, like, the conviction, like, when he talking to you, the conviction that you feel when he's talking to you, it's no need for it.
Right.
Like, if you do something And when he corrects you on what you're doing, he's gonna make you feel it like, man, I know I messed up.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel bad. But you know, at the end of the day, he's not going, like my dad never got on to us and not explained to us why he did what he did. So we, you know, if we did anything that was, you know, inappropriate, or if we did anything that was bad, you know, he sat us down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he was upset, he would have to just, you know, go and chill out for a second before he came and talked to us. But you know, my dad never disrespected us. Never disrespected us. He didn't cuss at us. But like I said, he sat us down and explained, he went over what we did and explained why he's, getting on to us the way that he getting on to us.
Right.
So he's helping us with understanding. You know, a lot of kids today, they just get in trouble, don't know what they're getting in trouble for, because sometimes, parents these days will let certain things slide until they get tired. And then when they get tired, it's just,
they don't understand why they get in trouble.
And it's a buildup on the parents' end. They just frustrated over the 3, 4, and 5 things that you done.
Right.
So you don't know which one thing you getting in trouble for. You just know, like, dang, I'm just in trouble. So my dad always did a good job of explaining to us, like, okay, this is what you did, and this is why I'm getting on to you the way that I'm getting on to you, and this is how you correct it to where you don't get in trouble for the things that you're doing. So at the end of the day, he was still mentoring us too. So no matter whatever he told us is stuck in our heads. So even if we ignore what he told us and we went out here and made that mistake, our dad was in the back of our head, because it was like, man, my dad, he told me about this. He told me that this is going to happen. So it's not like we out here blinded.
Right.
So for the people that don't, for the people that don't explain them to their kids or tell their kids or warn their kids about, the possibilities of them getting into things they don't need to get into, when they just go out here blinded, they're not going to understand the consequences. They're going to try to find a different way to do it better, or to not get caught or get in trouble. So, oh, I did this, well, I'm going to do it this way, and maybe I don't get in trouble. Right. So it's just an ongoing thing, because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
So whenever you don't teach the kids, they don't know how to correct their mistakes.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest difference that you're seeing today.
Yeah. And you don't, and like you say, your pops didn't whoop y'all. My pops didn't whoop us neither. It was like you say, it was the tone of their voice that they used, the deep voice, like, hey, this is why you in trouble, or this is why I'm getting on you, or this is why I'm telling you something. But he didn't have to go to the point of, now I can't speak for my sister because she 8 years older than me, so I don't know what kind of trouble she got into before I was born. But like, far back as I can remember, we wasn't getting in trouble like that.
It's the consistency. Right. You got to be consistent. Like, if you start young and you consistent, it's no need for it. Like, you're not gonna have to do it.
Right. Exactly.
But you don't.
No, go ahead.
When you don't have no consistency, then yeah, like so now you going to whatever you feel is gonna work, or whatever you seen that was done in the past, like whether it was you or something that you seen from somebody else.
Right. Yeah, and it was like, so we didn't get in trouble, so it was easier for us to understand. Okay, I didn't want to hear that voice again, because I didn't want to see it get louder, or I didn't want to see what would happen after it got louder. You know what I'm saying? So it took that one time. Hey, it didn't happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't like even instilling a fear. it was more of like you didn't want to disappoint your pops. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I didn't want. I didn't want to feel like I would mess up his name. Like you said, all you got is your name and your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to smear his name. You know what I'm saying? I want them to say, you know, Ryan's dad taught him well, and which they do say. You know what I'm saying? Like you got brought up good. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a beautiful thing because I can honestly say whenever I have kids, I'm gonna do it the same way. You know, even if I don't say I'm gonna always be there for you, I'm gonna show them, hey, you got some homework. Let me help you with your homework. You know, you want to go play some ball? You know, let's go shoot around a little bit. Christmas time, you want to, put the Christmas tree up, let's put the Christmas tree up. You know what I'm saying? Just small stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Just to show your kids, hey, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? If they got questions, I do my best to answer them. You know, if they say, Dad, I need you to come, fix my tire, I got you.
Right.
Can you tell me about a motor? Nope, but I can guide you to the right person. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was like that. If he didn't know something, he wasn't pulling out his butt, you know what I'm saying, trying to impress us. He was like, hey, I don't know, he sent me to somebody that might, you know what I'm saying? So even when I was in college and I was struggling a little bit, he was like, hey, you ever thought about, getting a tutor or something like that? You know what I'm saying? So he was always in my ear, you know what I'm saying? So I can always go back to that, you know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling like I'm in a bad spot, I'm like, all right, what would Pops do? Or what kind of advice he might give me, you know what I'm saying? If I can't get in contact with him, I don't need to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think that like your dad is everything, like especially to as a kid, your dad is everything. Like that's gonna be the person that you have fun with, or that you're supposed to have fun with, so I know it's
your first role model, your first hero.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, because I know a lot of people that work off. So like they may be offshore, gone, maybe a month, maybe 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or week on, week off. And I know sometimes that causes issues with kids, or it can cause issues with a father, because he's away from home.
Right.
So, and like I said, that alone, like when you're away from the kids feel it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it makes kids resent because dad always gone.
Yeah.
And then it's hard too, because if you're a father and you gotta leave, and you looking at your kids, and this that facial expression of being let down, then it's hurting the both of y'all. And so like if that kind of bond continues, it can really hurt. I don't want to say hurt, but it can make the relationship between a father and their kid, it can I don't know what word I want to, because I don't want to say hurt. It can strain the relationship. Let's just say it can strain a relationship.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, kids don't understand. And it's hard for you to explain it to a kid. I mean, you can the best way that you can, but all that kid is gonna know is that their dad is not there.
Yeah.
It don't matter what else going on, they just know that their dad is not there.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, I can say I learned about work ethic from my pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course he would, go to work and come home, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if he wasn't sick, he never made an excuse to stay home. You know what I'm saying? He would build up vacation time to use. But even if my pops was sick, my pops had to be almost in the hospital, and he don't go to the hospital to miss work. You know what
Mine
I'm
too.
saying? And that's how I learned, okay, hey, I'm not dead. I can still breathe. I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? I might not like it, but I'm still going. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
never made an excuse to, to oh, my kid has got something, let me not go to work. Nah, he did his full day or half a day or whatever the case may be, but he still went. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so that's another thing I can appreciate. He taught me the importance of having a good work ethic, because it'll show that you are responsible, you're dependable, and you're gonna be there to do what you need to do, whether it be for yourself or for your family. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because my pop been working ever since I've been alive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm 35, about to be 36. So just think, he probably was working 10 years, 15 years before that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
and another thing, he's always been at this one job that I know of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wasn't, going from job to job. You know what I'm saying? He stuck with it, and I can appreciate him being able to say, "Hey, I stuck it with this one job. I gave it my all." You know what I'm saying? And that's all I can hope to do with any job I have. You know what I'm saying? Just make him proud.
Mhm. Yeah. It's man, like it's a looking at my dad, like it's a lot of responsibility because everybody in the house depends on that one person.
Mm-hmm.
That one person, is like he is the protector of the home. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like if anything goes wrong, you ain't looking to your mama. If especially if your dad, that you looking for your dad. Like
Mm-hmm.
if anything happened, you looking for your dad. So I mean, like that just plays a very important, you know, part in the household
Mm-hmm.
that I don't. I mean, I people know it today, but it's not there. But if they knew the importance of it, bro, like because like if we looking at the kids today and what's going on in the world today, is man, it's like you were saying, it ain't too many role models. Role
Right.
models are the people that's playing sports
Mm-hmm.
or the people that's around the corner, just around the corner, hanging out or whatever they doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not in the home. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It's just like I said, the more positive influence that you have, on a kid, the more positive things that they're gonna be into
Right.
once they get older. I mean, they still gonna make mistakes, but they're gonna always remember, the right things to do because they was taught the right things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
And,
that's really the importance of, of a father figure to me.
right. No, yeah. And I was gonna say, it's okay to have the role of stepdad too. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? To build that relationship with, with kids,
Hmm.
because you know you don't know how long that father's been gone. He could have left at an early age. He could have died. He could have been locked up, or he could have
Hmm.
just out of the picture completely. You
Hmm.
know, but it's important, if you're gonna have that stepfather role, to understand that even though that's not your blood, he's still looking at you as his protector, his or her
Hmm.
protector, or just somebody, like you say, if something goes wrong, in life or around the house or whatever the case may be, looking to my pops, or to my stepdad or whatever.
Hmm.
So don't ignore, if your stepdad. I mean, yeah, it's some women that be like, don't tell my kid nothing, but that's hurting the relationship right there with the stepdad and with the kids, because they won't have no rapport. The kids won't listen to them when they tell them something. And it could be some solid advice, or it could be something where they need to be told, to for some kind of discipline, you
Hmm.
know. So don't go on automatically. I mean, you can tell them, hey, You know, the stepdads can ask the mother, hey, what, you know, what kind of role you want me to have? You know what I'm saying? Whatever role, accept it, you know, accept the role, you know. It's okay that it, as long as that bond is being made or being have some kind of relationship, you know, they'll appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I can say I haven't been a stepfather. I've never been, you know, married, you know, so but I've had dated girls that had kids, you know, and I met them, you know, they like me, I like them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't come to me like, Ryan, you know, can you do this, that, and the third? You know, I made the conscious choice to be like, okay, you know, let me help with this, you know, let me help with your homework, or let's go shoot ball, because that's what I saw. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I stepped up without even, you know, having nobody to say, you know, I want you to be this for my kids. You know, I did it my way. You know, I did it through through the vision of my pops, but I did it I had my own way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? I showed them, hey, if you needed me, I got you. You know what I'm saying? It might not be a lot, but I can at least talk to you if you need, you know, somebody to talk to.
It's something.
Right. It's something. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, it's just it's important, bro. Like to that father figure is real important, man, because that's what molds, you know, that's part of what molds. Let's say that's part of what molds, you know, the kids. You know, it also takes a mom too.
Right.
You know, I don't want to leave that part out,
Right.
but you know, the father is gonna be that, you know, that strength that really holds it together and hold it down, in my opinion, because that's what I seen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I seen. Not just, you know, in my home, but in, you know, in other places too. But I have seen it, you know, the other way as well. But the majority of it, you know, I seen, you know, the man holding it down.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about? Or so what you think about a special guest, like, you know, in the future? What you think about that?
I'm cool with that.
All right,
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it too. We just, I mean, because I know we've been talking about it, you know. So we gonna have to really just see, you know, and go through it, you know, and see what we got going on.
If
man.
anybody wanna come on, let us know. Let us know. We'll definitely take it into consideration.
Yeah. As long as it's positive, you know, as long as it's
definitely,
positive,
definitely.
And everything will be all good. But until next time, y'all can catch us on another episode.
But yeah, y'all be cool.
All right.
Later.